All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Old Thunder Brewing Company, and they're out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and this is their Everlasting Visitor. So they're calling this one a double IPA that comes in at 8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is just over 1 month old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Dan, for hooking me up with this one. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail boxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Dan hooked me up with. And he hooked me up with a lot. I'm talking a ton of Pittsburgh area beers, including 3 from Old Thunder, and this is the first of the 3. On the side here it says, our Anniversary Double IPA, hopped exclusively with the freshest crop of Australian Galaxy hops. And then it talks about, tasting notes and whatnot, but 8%. And yeah, so apparently a couple of the owners of Old Thunder used to work at Brew Gentleman, and the first beer I reviewed from his box was Brew Gentleman's Mammoth, which was really good. And a lot of people said that, and I should say a couple people mentioned that some of the cans have been oxidized. Mine was not. It was really nice. Really excited about this one. I love Galaxy. Probably top 3 for hops for me. And yeah, I can't wait to get into this one. Oh, hang on. A little bit of an explosion out of here. Not much, just a little bit. Probably because I rolled it. Anyway, let's give it a pour here into the treehouse glass. Is this going to be like green, Galaxy, the whole 9? I don't know. So I've heard a couple other people since I posted the beer mail unboxing saying that Old Thunder does really good things. So makes me even more excited. Anyway, this has a beautiful look to it. So on camera, it's probably just going to be, dulled out, look probably like a honey orange color. In person, it starts out lighter, like a yellow orange color here, like sunshine-esque. As it comes, there was another beer. What was the other beer that I reviewed that I said, man, this would look great on Instagram? In person, this would be the perfect Instagram-like photo for a New England-style double IPA. It just has this, again, lighter color as it goes up and up. Turns into honey orange color, about 2 fingers of this creamy-looking, bright white head. Fantastic-looking beer. Like for an 8% double IPA in the New England style or hazy, yeah, for sure. Let's get a nose. Oh, that's real nice. Ooh. So with Galaxy, the one thing that I get, and I know a lot of others get as well, I usually get, it runs the gamut of different pineapple notes. A lot of times I get crushed sweet pineapple, like Dole pineapple, right? And like, the crushed Dole pineapple. And it's sweeter, it smells awesome, and that's what this smells like. This smells like crushed pineapple. Like, it just smells so decadent. But then I'm getting passion fruit, maybe a touch of like kiwi. There's a nice dankness, a little bit of orange. Yeah, so pineapple, passion fruit, orange, kiwi, dankness, a little bit of herbaceousness. There's a slight, like bready, slight doughy, almost crackery malt base, but very minute. Yeah, it smells awesome. The Galaxy's kind of like punching me in the face. Obviously, that's what they're using, but like if I was doing this blind, would I say Galaxy? No, because I'm not confident enough. If I was doing a whodunit beer review, I usually don't call out the hops. But if someone asked me what hops they're using, I would say Galaxy. Some kind of Australian or New Zealand hop for sure. But the passion fruit and the pineapple are just like unmistakable, especially the pineapple. But passion fruit's getting bigger as I'm smelling it. This smells fucking awesome. It really does. Holy shit. All right, let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Dan. Oh, so I was going to say, okay, tastes not as good as the nose. It's still not. The nose is like fucking immaculate. The taste, dial back, but the finish is awesome. So body on this one at 8%. It's higher side of medium. We'll say medium to higher side, somewhere in that realm. Maybe a touch thin, but it's fine. The mouthfeel, it's soft, really soft, quite smooth. Not really creamy, but soft and smooth. Very, very nice mouthfeel. Yeah, mouthfeel's awesome, actually. I went back for it. I'm looking for it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Mouthfeel's spectacular. The body, a little bit thin. The taste. So right at the forefront, I'm getting like a dulled kind of pineapple, not crushed, sweeter pineapple like I was getting the nose. The nose, let me go back in the nose. Yeah, the nose is just sweet, crushed pineapple, passion fruit, but the taste is more of like an underripened pineapple or a pineapple flavor without the sweetness. There's a slight bready, crackery, doughy malt sensation. It's underlying, omnipresent, never the star, but kind of noticeable. But yeah, so it's more like an underripened to almost ripened pineapple at the tip of the tongue. Passes fruit. I'm getting citrus. I'm getting orange, grapefruit, zestiness, not as sweet. There's a really nice passion fruit that's almost like providing a slight tartness too, like midway through the palate. Here's why I really like the finish. So at the tip of the tongue and through the vast majority of the palate, it's not as sweet as the nose would indicate. There's not a lot of sweet fruits. It's a fruit flavor without the sweetness. Then about 2/3 of the way through the palate, I'm hit with this nice dank, earthy, resinous hop quality. This finish is almost moderately bitter with a semi-dry kind of finish. But the problem that I had initially when I was going to say, oh man, the nose didn't carry over, and then I caught myself, is because up front it's not as sweet as you anticipate. A lot of times when I have a beer that's semi-dry with a moderate bitterness, there's a lot of upfront, sweet, juicy goodness from the hops, and then you get the malt sweetness that's bumping that up and making those hops sweet. So in this situation, the malt's not really making it sweet at the front of the palate. It's making it sweet on the back because the finish of this is quite unique. The finish is sweet pineapple, passion fruit, and like a little bit of like a peach. That's what I'm getting on the finish. And listen, I have done, almost 1,200 beer reviews at this point, over 1,100. And I've done a lot of IPAs. If you watch a channel, like every other review or every third review is an IPA or double IPA or triple IPA, some kind of hop forward beer. That's because it's one of my favorite styles, and that when I get beer mails, that's what people send. It kind of piques my interest from when I pick stuff up locally. And there's not many times where I can say on the finish, I'm hit with a sweetness. More often than not, it's sweetness at the front of the palate, bitterness and dryness on the end. Whether or not it balances out, who knows? Depends on the beer. But in this one, the finish is actually a little bit sweeter, and I dig it. Rating. I don't really know. I'm kind of struggling with the rating. I will say this. 8% hides the booze extremely well. I would guess probably like 7.5%. I think the indication to me that it hides the alcohol well is that the body's a little bit thin and it drinks more like a 7% IPA than an 8% double IPA. So I think it's hidden, but I get a slight touch of warming into the stomach, like chest into the stomach, very slight. So I would guess probably around 8% if I was to do this blind. But it's just a fucking beautiful beer. One more sip, we'll give it a final rating. Okay. The nose, to be honest with you, is like a 4.75 out of 5. Like fucking crazy high, like close to world class. The nose is amazing. The taste to me, even with that finish, is more like a 4 to a high 4. So I'm going to take everything into consideration. The crazy nose, the finish, the fact that this isn't too sweet. A lot of times these 8% beers are too sweet. And I'm just going to combine everything, and I'm going to give Everlasting Visitor from Old Thunder, the first beer I've had from them, a low 4.25 out of 5, and go 4.2 out of 5. This is just a little bit to my palate, not, I would say worse, and I don't want to say that, but it's not as good as the Mammoth from Brew Gentleman, but I still think it's pretty damn good. I think for me, a little bit more sweetness, a little bigger of a body, and this is high 4.25 into a low 4.5. If that nose carried over, definitely 4.5 all day. The nose is just, oh man, it's fucking, I mean, it's awesome. It's immaculate. The nose is fantastic. And then you take a sip and you're like, oh, I like that finish, but still not as good as the nose. Present availability, I believe these are $20 a 4-pack at the brewery, or were $20 a 4-pack. And availability, I think these are brewery only. So Dan, if I'm wrong, correct me. Anybody in Pittsburgh, correct me if I'm wrong. So first, Old Thunder beer, very good impression. The tasting notes, they say citrus, passion fruit, and peaches. Citrus, yes. Passion fruit, definitely. Peaches, I said a little bit, but I would replace peaches with pineapple for me personally. So yeah, this is really good stuff. If you've had anything from Old Thunder, post in the comment section and let me know. I have their 2FK left, and then I have a smoke porter from them. I forget the name of it, but yeah, I'm really excited to try that 2FK. I think that was the other anniversary beer released along with this one. So yeah, I'm really good. 4.2 out of 5. Not much more to say about. So thanks again to Dan for this beer and all the beers he sent my way. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.